Someone interrupts you, again. Your sentence hangs in the air, unfinished, unwanted. No one notices. Or maybe they do and they just don't care. You swallow the words, you smile, you pretend it doesn't land. But it does. Every single time. This isn't new. It's a pattern. Meetings where your ideas evaporate until someone else repeats them. Conversations where you're spoken over like you're not even there. Moments where you realize you've become optional. Background noise. You've told yourself it's them. They're rude. They're oblivious. They don't get it. But what if it's not them? What if respect isn't something people owe you? It's something you command through how you show up. That's a hard pill, I know. Because it means you have power you haven't been using. It means the solution has been in your hands the whole time. Respect doesn't come from being louder. It doesn't come from demanding attention or playing political games. It comes from 5 fundamental principles, 5 behaviors that, when practiced consistently, make respect inevitable. Not because you've manipulated anyone, because you've become someone impossible to ignore. If you're done being overlooked and ready to become undeniable, comment, "I am undeniable," below. Claim it now. You don't need a better personality. You don't need a promotion. You don't need luck. You need clarity and action. Let's get to work. Principle 1. Choose respect over being liked. This is where most people lose the game before it even starts. You want to be liked. It's human. We're wired for connection, for approval, for belonging. But here's the problem. When you prioritize being liked over being respected, you hand over your power to everyone around you. Being liked is easy. Agree with everyone. Laugh at jokes that aren't funny. Avoid conflict. Say yes when you mean no. Shrink yourself so others feel comfortable. And what do you get? Surface-level pleasantries, conditional affection, people who smile at you but don't take you seriously. Respect, on the other hand, is harder to earn but impossible to fake. Respect means people might not always agree with you, but they value your perspective. They might not always like your decisions, but they trust your judgment. Respect means when you speak, people pause. When you set a standard, people rise to meet it. You cannot have both at maximum capacity. You have to choose. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're in a meeting and someone pitches an idea you know won't work. You have 2 options. Stay silent to keep the peace, or speak up and explain why it's flawed. If you stay silent, you might avoid temporary discomfort. People might think you're agreeable, easygoing, a team player, but they won't respect your judgment because you didn't offer any. If you speak up, respectfully, clearly, with reasoning, you might create tension. Someone might feel challenged, but you've demonstrated that you care more about the outcome than about being everyone's favorite person. And that is what earns respect. Now, this doesn't mean you become unnecessarily harsh or combative. Respect isn't about being difficult for the sake of it. It's about having a backbone. It's about standing for something, even when standing alone. People respect those who have standards and stick to them. They respect those who are willing to be disliked for doing what's right. Think about it. The people you admire most, did they earn that admiration by people-pleasing? Or did they earn it by standing firm in their values, even when it cost them popularity? Here's the shift you need to make. Stop measuring your worth by how many people like you. Start measuring it by whether you respect yourself at the end of the day. Because when you respect yourself enough to prioritize integrity over applause, something remarkable happens. The right people start respecting you too. And the ones who don't? They were never going to anyway. Choose respect. Every single time. Principle 2. Be consistent. Inconsistency is the fastest way to lose respect. You can talk about your values all day long. You can make promises. You can set intentions. But if your actions don't match your words, people will stop listening. Consistency is the foundation of trust. And without trust, there is no respect. Think about someone in your life who's constantly changing their stance depending on who's in the room. One day they're passionate about something. The next day, they've completely flipped. They say they'll do something, then they don't. They claim to stand for certain principles, but their behavior tells a different story. How much do you respect that person? Probably not much. Now think about someone who shows up the same way, day after day. Their word is solid. If they commit to something, it gets done. Their values don't shift based on convenience or social pressure. You know exactly what you're getting with them. That's the person you respect. That's the person people want to follow, to work with, to learn from. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means reliability. It means that people can predict your character, even if they can't predict every decision you make. Here's where most people fail. They're consistent when it's easy, when they're motivated, when people are watching, when the stakes are low. But the moment things get difficult, the moment no one's paying attention, they drop the ball. Real consistency is what you do when no one is watching. It's honoring your commitments to yourself. It's maintaining your standards even when you're tired, frustrated, or tempted to cut corners. Let me give you a practical example. Let's say you tell yourself you're going to start waking up at 6 in the morning to work on a project. The first few days you're energized, you do it. But then life happens. You had a rough night, it's raining, you're comfortable in bed. This is the moment. This is where consistency is built or broken. If you get up anyway, you're reinforcing to yourself and eventually to others that your word means something. If you don't, you're teaching yourself that your commitments are negotiable. And if your commitments to yourself are negotiable, why would anyone else take your commitments to them seriously? Consistency compounds. Every time you follow through, you build credibility. Every time you don't, you erode it. People respect consistency because it's rare. In a world where everyone's chasing the next shiny thing, where flakiness is normalized, being someone who actually does what they say is a superpower. Be that person. Show up the same way, every time. Let your consistency speak for you. Principle 3. Set clear boundaries. If you don't set boundaries, people will set them for you. And trust me, you won't like the ones they choose. Boundaries aren't about being difficult or unapproachable. They're about teaching people how to treat you. They're about protecting your time, your energy, and your self-respect. Here's the truth most people avoid. When you have no boundaries, you signal to the world that you don't value yourself. And if you don't value yourself, why should anyone else? Let's be specific. Someone asks you to do something that conflicts with your priorities. Maybe it's a favor that eats into time you set aside for something important. Maybe it's a request that crosses a line you're not comfortable with. If you say yes just to avoid conflict, just to keep the peace, just because you don't want to seem difficult, you've just taught that person that your boundaries are negotiable, that your time doesn't matter, that your needs come second. And they'll keep coming back, expecting the same. Now imagine the opposite. You say no, calmly, clearly, without over-explaining or apologizing excessively. You simply state that it doesn't work for you. What happens? Initially, there might be pushback. People who are used to you saying yes will be surprised. Some might even be upset. But here's what else happens. You've just established that you have standards, that you respect yourself, and people, consciously or unconsciously, start respecting you more. Boundaries are a form of self-respect made visible. They show the world that you know your worth, and you're not willing to compromise it for temporary comfort or approval. Let me be clear. Setting boundaries doesn't mean being rude or aggressive. You don't need to be harsh. In fact, the most powerful boundaries are set calmly and firmly. No drama, no justification, just clarity. I can't commit to that. That doesn't work for me. I need to prioritize this right now. Simple, direct, respectful. The people who respect you will understand. The people who don't, they were benefiting from your lack of boundaries in the first place. Here's something else. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to others. They're also about saying no to yourself. It's setting limits on your own behavior, not checking your phone during important conversations, not breaking promises you made to yourself, not engaging in habits that undermine your goals. When you respect your own boundaries, other people have no choice but to follow suit. Boundaries create respect because they communicate value. They say, I matter, my time matters, my well-being matters. And when you believe that, when you act on that belief consistently, the world starts believing it too. Set your boundaries, protect them, respect will follow. Principle 4. Master your craft. Competence is magnetic. You can have all the charisma in the world, but if you can't deliver, people will see through it. Respect isn't granted based on potential. It's earned through demonstrated ability. When you're genuinely good at what you do, respect becomes inevitable. People can't ignore skill. They can't dismiss mastery. And they can't fake their way around someone who clearly knows their craft. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. They focus on appearing competent, polishing their image, using the right buzzwords, networking their way into rooms they're not ready for. And maybe that works for a little while. But eventually, you have to perform. Eventually, you have to prove that you belong. And when that moment comes, either you can or you can't. Mastery isn't about being the best in the world. It's about being undeniably good at what you do. It's about putting in the hours, refining your skills, learning from your mistakes, and constantly improving. Think about someone you respect in your field. Chances are they've put in the work. They know their subject inside and out. When they speak, there's weight to their words because those words are backed by experience and expertise. Now, think about someone who talks a good game but can't execute. How long does your respect for them last? Not long. Here's the thing. Competence is one of the few areas where respect is non-negotiable. You can't charm your way into it. You can't manipulate your way into it. You either know your stuff or you don't. You either deliver results or you don't. And people notice. When you consistently produce high-quality work, when you solve problems others can't, when you bring expertise to the table, you become valuable, and value commands respect. But mastery isn't just about technical skills, it's also about mastering yourself, your emotions, your reactions, your discipline. Someone who's skilled but emotionally unstable, inconsistent, or unreliable loses respect quickly. But someone who's not only good at what they do, but also controlled, focused, and dependable, that person becomes indispensable. So here's the actionable part. Identify your craft. Whatever it is you do, your work, your passion, your area of focus, commit to getting better at it every single day. Read, practice, Seek feedback. Study those who've mastered it before you. Don't settle for mediocrity because it's comfortable. Mastery takes time. It's not instant. But every hour you invest in sharpening your skills is an hour invested in earning lasting respect. Because when you're exceptional at what you do, respect isn't something you have to ask for. It's something people can't help but give. Principle 5. Let your actions speak louder than words. Talk is cheap. Everyone has opinions, everyone has ideas, everyone can say they're going to do something. But how many people actually follow through? This is the final principle, and in many ways, it's the one that ties everything together. You can choose respect over being liked, but if you don't act on it, it's meaningless. You can talk about consistency, but if you're not actually consistent, it's just noise. You can set boundaries, but if you don't enforce them, they're invisible. You can claim to be mastering your craft, but if you're not putting in the work, you're fooling no one. Action is the only currency that matters. Ralph Waldo Emerson said it perfectly. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. People don't respect what you intend to do. They respect what you actually do. Let me paint a picture. Imagine two people. Both say they value health and fitness. One talks about their goals constantly, posts about it, makes plans, buys workout gear. The other doesn't say much, but every morning they show up and train. 6 months later, who do you respect more? The one who talked about it or the one who lived it? The answer is obvious. Action eliminates doubt. When you consistently follow through, when your behavior aligns with your words, people stop questioning you. They start watching you. They start learning from you. And that's when respect shifts from something you're trying to earn to something you naturally command. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people live in the gap between intention and action. They mean to be disciplined. They want to set boundaries. They plan to improve, but they don't. And that gap, that space between what you say and what you do, is where respect dies. Closing that gap is everything. It's doing the hard thing when you said you would. It's keeping your word to yourself before you keep it to anyone else. It's showing restraint when you're provoked. It's staying calm when others panic. It's delivering results when others make excuses. You don't need to announce every move you make. You don't need to broadcast your progress or defend your decisions. Just do the work. Live your values. Show up with integrity. Because people are watching, not in some creepy, invasive way, but they notice. They notice who's reliable, who's disciplined, who's real. And when your actions consistently reflect the person you claim to be, respect becomes automatic. Stop telling people who you are. Show them. Stop promising what you'll do. Do it. Let your life be the proof. Let your actions be the argument. Because in the end, actions don't just speak louder than words. They're the only thing that speaks at all. So where does this leave you? You now have the blueprint, 5 principles that, when lived consistently, transform how people see you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. Choose respect over being liked. Be consistent. Set clear boundaries. Master your craft. Let your actions speak louder than words. These aren't hacks. There's no shortcut, but that's exactly why they work. Respect isn't granted because you gamed the system. It's earned because you became someone worthy of it. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You walk into that same room, but this time, something's different. People look up. When you speak, they listen, not because you demanded it, but because you've demonstrated through your actions, your consistency, your competence, that your words carry weight. You're no longer trying to prove yourself. You don't need to. Your presence does it for you. That version of you isn't a fantasy. It's the natural result of applying these principles every single day. But here's the catch. Knowing this information changes nothing. Only doing it does. You have to make the choice, right now, today. Are you going to keep living in the gap between who you say you are and who you actually are, or are you going to close it? Because respect isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to be consistent. Start small, pick one principle, apply it tomorrow, then the next day, and the next. Choose respect over comfort. Show up when you said you would. Set a boundary you've been avoiding. Spend an hour sharpening your skills. Let your actions do the talking. One decision at a time. One action at a time. And watch what happens. Watch how people start treating you differently. Watch how you start treating yourself differently. Respect isn't something you chase. It's something you build. And you just learned exactly how to build it. Now go do the work. If you're ready to stop being invisible and start commanding the respect you deserve, leave a comment below. I choose respect. And don't forget to subscribe to the Stoic Mode and turn on notifications. Your transformation doesn't end here. We're just getting started. Thank you for being here. Now go earn it.